Today's readings of the 22nd Sunday of Year C focus on two things: humility and then the motive for any act of charity or generosity that we do. These are virtues that we need to imbibe as Christians and as human beings. The first reading from the book of Ecclesiasticus already prepared us for this. The book of Ecclesiasticus is one of those books of the Bible that form the part of the writings called the wisdom literature. And the corpus of these writings deal on human relationship, how the human person needs to conduct his affairs in a way that brings about the goodness in that person. It is about the right way of living. It is about morality. It is written to teach us, to inculcate in us the values that we need in our dealings with God or with others. And today's passage is really very interesting in this instruction that it gives. And I read, "My son, be gentle in carrying out your business, and you'll be better loved than a lavish giver. The greater you are, the more you should behave humbly, and then you will find favor with the Lord." In a society where people's external appearances matter so much, in a society where we want to show off our wealth, our intelligence, what we have got, this book is instructing us to prudence, to humility, to an understanding, carrying out our activities, our relationship with others, our businesses, our trades, in a way that does not show off, in a way that does not bring down the dignity of the other person. And he said, by doing this, you will find favor in the sight of God. You will be loved more than a lavish giver. I wonder if we still have this disposition. But this also goes to what Jesus teaches us in the gospel of today. He has been invited by a friend to a party, a banquet. And they're looking at him to know what he's going to do. But it became an opportunity for him to teach them humility, for him to school them, for him to instruct them. He may have seen how they were scampering for the high posts, the first seats, the seats at a vantage position. And he's telling them, when you are invited to a banquet, do not exalt yourself. Humble yourself. Take it easy with yourself. Life is not by what we live or how we live or how we dress or what we try to make of ourselves, what we say about ourselves. It is from what is within. And sometimes the showing off, the pride, comes from the emptiness of not knowing Christ, of not having Jesus Christ. But here, just like St. Teresa of Avila tells us, humility keeps us at right relationship, and not just with God, but with others as well. Right relationship. You will be loved better than a lavish giver. And then you will find favor with the Lord. Humility, right relationship with others, and right relationship with God. This is what the gospel teaches. This is what Jesus taught us with his own life. The letter to the Philippians tells us that he is God. But he gave up everything. He humbled himself. He descended. And in this statement, in this hymn of Christ's self-emptying, we see the descent. From that exalted position, he kept coming down until he was killed like a slave. But it's also a way of exaltation. God raised him up, that at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow. So he's not telling us or teaching us something that is difficult. Yes, it's difficult, but it's not something impossible. And it is something that he himself has actually done. How he lives. And that's why he tells us, learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart. This leads us to the second aspect of the gospel. When you throw a party, when you invite people, Jesus tells us, do not invite those that are going to pay you back. Those that will repay you. Because our charity becomes transaction. It becomes investment. It becomes inviting someone whom I know I would get something from. And sometimes that is what we do. We gift the rich. We gift those that are better placed. Because we want to gain something from them. We don't gift the poor. And this reminds me of a video clip I saw of a young girl who came into a mall and acted being lost. It is the same person, but the first time she appeared, she dressed nicely in this gorgeous dress. And people responded to her quickly. She faint cried that she was lost, and everybody was ready to help. But after a while, she disappeared and reappeared in tattered clothes, dirty. And everyone she went to hurled at her insults. Nobody was ready to help. That was a social experiment, but that says something of how we respond to people's needs. We want to help those people that we think are at the same level with us. And those who are not, what happens? We abandon them. But Jesus is telling us, when you invite people to a party, to a banquet, invite those who cannot repay you here in this world. But eventually they will be the ones that will plead for you before God. Let your charity be done genuinely, not with interior motives, not with intention of being paid back, not with intention of being repaid, not with intention of receiving the same treatment from them. But let the God who sees be the one to repay you. He will repay you for all you have done because he sees. Let us go today and begin to live these two virtues. Humility before others, humility before God. And then having a shift for the reason we invite people to celebrations. Invite those who need it and not those that you need. Invite those who cannot pay you. Someone once said that most times the prayers that save us are not the prayers we save, but the prayers of those that you have helped when they say those prayers genuinely from you. It is their own way of appreciating what you have done. And God listens to those prayers. And Jesus Christ himself gives us an example to follow. Let us make this conscious effort. And I end with these words from the first reading. My child, be gentle, be humble in carrying out your business, and you'll be better loved than a lavish giver. The greater you are, the more you should behave humbly. And then you will find favor with the Lord. May God's favor be upon us as we place our trust in Him.